What's up, guys? This is Alex from Beyond the Void Horror Podcast, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of the Belko Experiment. And guess what, guys? It's not a romantic comedy. So I just got back from the movie, and I gotta say, wow, what a fucking kill ride that was. The Belko Experiment pulls no punches when it comes to blood, gore, and dark humor. The story is about 80 co-workers who work in a high-rise office in Colombia. Over the intercom, hear a man say that you have to kill or be killed. And it does just that. Now, when I first heard about this movie, I'd found out that it was going to be paying homage to Battle Royale, another movie where a bunch of kids kill each other and are forced to kill or be killed. I then found out that Greg McLean, the writer and director of Wolf Creek, was going to be at the helm of this movie, which was another unyielding, messy, bloody, gory, fucked up movie too. Seemed like it was probably the right match. James Gunn, who not only wrote but helped produce this movie and has been the director of films like Slither, Guardians of the Galaxy, and many more. When I saw the trailer, I wasn't confused about what I was going to be watching. It's savage, it's brutal, it's bloody. It's exactly what you should have expected from a trailer that says everybody must kill everybody. However, some of the reviews that I've actually read about this movie have been giving it some pretty low scores, and it's brought me to laughs, tears, and pacing around the house in rants about what the fuck were you thinking this movie was going to be. I want to quote one of the quotes from this movie. "The sadism enacted on the screen is directed at the audience, battering us with horrific, deadening images." Yes, please. That's exactly what I wanted. So keep it coming, lady. Another quote, and probably one of the most priceless, says, "By the end of the film, you're left with the unshakable feeling that everyone involved, from actors to filmmakers to the audience, is and should have been better than the material." Shut the fuck up. Laying it on kind of thick, don't you think? What were you expecting? Did you wander out of a church meeting with a cup of Kool-Aid and hope to watch a romantic comedy where two couples meet in the fucking office and then play Uno for an hour and a half? Come on. It's pretty clear to me that some of these reviewers that are reviewing the movie probably didn't want to see the movie in the first place. But I digress. The cast is chock full of actors that I loved. John Gallagher Jr. joins the cast as Mike. He's played 13 Cloverfield Lane before. Tony Goldwyn, who was in Ghost and the new TV show called Scandal, as the head exec Barry. Sean Gunn comes in with the comedic relief as Marty. Michael Rooker from the Walking Dead series and Guardians of the Galaxy. And one of my favorites is probably John C. McGinley, who plays the office crazy, creepo, weirdo, I'm ready to kill anybody anyway guy. And many, many more. There was a lot of people in this movie, and I kind of like the fact that I knew a lot of them because then it made me wonder who was going to die. It seems to me that the movie makers and the people involved knew exactly what they were looking for, and they didn't hide behind it in their trailer or try to trick you or even in their interviews. They were pretty clear about it. I feel like I was probably cheering and laughing at parts that other people around me were actually horrified about. There was some actual sentimental moments that made you kind of wonder what you would do in this situation. But that didn't stop me from cheering and laughing like a sick little gore junkie that I am, while all the people around me probably felt like I was sadistic. And that seems to be a theme in the reviews that I've read. Sadism. So if you're into that kind of thing, this is probably for you. The movie had some pretty cool death scenes. It would kill people off sometimes that you weren't expecting, and then also let others live who you thought were going to die. You never really knew who was going to die. Oh, and how about that last office kill for those of you who did see the movie? Won't say what kind of implement of destruction that was, but all I can imagine is when they were sitting around a table talking about what implement of destruction they were going to use, it just delights me. I do feel like some of the characters probably could have had a little bit more of a better backstory, but, you know, there is 80 characters, so I think they did a pretty decent job of trying to balance the backstories and the different types of characters and personalities in the film. but the movie never really pumped the brakes at all. If you've been looking for something that's a little more gory and a little more fun that you want to go to the theater to see, this really does have a lot of gore. And to be honest, I think that there's probably going to be an uncut version coming out, because I can imagine that the people involved probably went a little bit overboard and they had to trim it back just to keep the R rating. Overall, I feel like this movie probably deserves about an 8. There are some things that they could have done that might have made it a little bit more original, but I got exactly what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting some romantic comedy. I wasn't expecting to learn what my place in the universe was. I wanted to go in, see some office killings with some crazy death scenes, and I got exactly that. I bought the ticket. I took the ride. And honestly, I think this movie is probably going to appeal to people who are fans of Final Destination, the Saw series, and Greg McLean's Wolf Creek, because it makes sense. Now, the stories aren't the same, obviously, but I feel like that's the type of demographic of people that they wanted to reach. Is this an Academy Award-winning movie? No, but does it have to be? Can't we just have fun once in a while, reviewers? Sick fucks unite! But that's just me. What did you guys think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you appalled by its battering images on your fucking subconscious? Did you cheer? Did you laugh? These are just some of my thoughts. These are just my opinions. If you enjoyed this review, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe below, and share this anywhere that you can. If you like horror, we do a podcast called Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. You can check that out every Monday. All the links are below. Other than that, this is Alex signing off from Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. Long live the void!